You're a legal gun owner. But what if I told you that in less than 20 minutes, you could be sitting in the back of a police car, arrested with a very gun you lawfully own? It can happen when police illegally run your gun serial number. And I'm about to give you the playbook to stop it. I want you to picture this. You get pulled over. Your heart rate picks up just a little bit, but you're not worried. You have not done anything wrong. The officer comes to your window. You're polite. You hand over your license and registration. The officer asks you, do you have any weapons in the car? You answer honestly, yes, officer, I have my firearm and I have a permit. You think you're doing the right thing, being transparent. But the entire mood of the stop changes. The officer's voice gets a little bit firmer. He asks you to step out of your car. Now you're standing on the side of the busy road, confused. He reaches in, takes your legally owned firearm, and starts inspecting it. You feel powerless. This is the moment where your rights can either protect you or vanish entirely. That feeling of powerlessness comes from not knowing the rules of the game. Today, we change that. I'm going to break down the 3 illegal tripwires police cross when they do this, and then I'm going to give you a 4-step roadside playbook that puts you back in control. Let's start with the first tripwire, which begins the second you get pulled over. Tripwire number 1, the unlawful delay. A traffic stop has a specific mission: to address the traffic violation. That's it. Think of it like a permission slip from the courts for a very limited task. The Supreme Court case Rodriguez of the United States confirms this. Police can do things related to the mission, like run your license, check for warrants, write the ticket, but once that mission is over, or should be over, they cannot keep you there to start a new, unrelated investigation. Make no mistake about it. Running your gun serial number is a fishing expedition. It is a separate investigation. If the officer could have already completed the ticket, but is instead holding you there to investigate your firearm, they have illegally extended the traffic stop. Tripwire number 2, the search within a seizure. This is the most violated rule. Officers are allowed to temporarily secure your weapon for safety, but securing is not searching. Let's use a clear analogy. Imagine you're at the airport, and the TSA can take your backpack to double check there's nothing inside there that shouldn't be in there. Now that is a seizure, but it's allowed. But they can't decide upon opening up your backpack to start reading your checkbook or a journal they find inside. That would be a separate, more invasive search. The Supreme Court case of Arizona v. Hicks established that moving, picking up, or manipulating an object just to read its serial number is a search. A search requires probable cause. Probable cause means having actual facts or evidence to believe a crime has been committed. The mere fact that you legally own a gun is not probable cause. It's a constitutional right. And when an officer manipulates your secured gun to find that serial number, they have performed a warrantless search. Tripwire number 3, misusing the plain view doctrine. The last argument an officer might make is that your gun was in plain view. This is a hugely misunderstood doctrine. For it to apply, the illegal nature of the item must be immediately apparent. A law-abiding citizen's firearm is not immediately illegal. There is no way for an officer to know if a gun is stolen just by looking at it. They have to conduct a search for the serial number to determine that. So, in some sort of imaginary world where a serial number just happens to be facing up and that's perfectly legible from wherever the gun is at in the vehicle, and the officer, without touching it, can read all of that, well then yeah, they can run it. But the moment the officer picks up the gun, turns it over, or even tilts it to get a better look, it's no longer in plain view. It has become a search, and that is tripwire number 3. Now, we have to be realistic. Courts give police a lot of leeway in the name of officer safety, and traffic stops are dangerous. We get that. But that leeway is not a blank check. The law draws a bright line between actions taken to neutralize a threat, like securing a weapon, and actions taken to investigate a crime. Running a serial number is an investigation. It does nothing to make the officer safer in that moment. That is the line. And now, here is the playbook for you to hold that line. Step 1, know your duty and limit your disclosure. Before you get pulled over, do a 30-second search for your state duty to inform law. If the law requires you to inform the officer, you must. If it doesn't, there is no reason for you to volunteer that information about a firearm. Don't lie, but don't volunteer. You have to know your state's law. Number 2, clearly and politely refuse consent. When the officer asks, "Do you mind if I search your vehicle?" Your answer must be calm and clear. Officer, I do not consent to any searches. Many people worry this makes them look guilty. It does not. It makes you look informed. Invoking your rights can never be used as evidence of a crime against you. Step 3. Ask the 2 magic questions. If the stop is dragging on, you need to clarify the legal status of the encounter. Ask these 2 questions. Officer, am I being detained? This forces them to define the situation. If they say no, you can ask the second question. Am I free to go? If they say yes, you may leave, and you should leave. If they say no, they are now detaining you, and they must have a legal reason. That's what's called reasonable suspicion to do so. You have now put them on the legal clock. Step 4, comply physically, document verbally. I will say this again. You will never win a fight on the side of the road with a police officer. It's not going to happen. Do not physically resist. If an officer proceeds with an illegal search after you refuse consent, let them. Your calm demeanor is a strategic tool. If you can, record the event and state clearly for the camera, I am not resisting, but I do not consent to this search. Sometimes trials end up being popularity contests. And if you are in the right, but you're acting a little bit crazy at the side of the road, that may go bad for you at trial. I don't want to take every case to trial, but if my cases I do go to trial, I want my clients looking awesome and the officer looking like a jerk. So, in conclusion, remember the tripwires, unlawful delay, illegal search, and the plain view myth. They are the officer's rules. Playbook is your strategy. If you or someone you know has been arrested here in the great state of Indiana, give me a call, 317-632-3642. I'll love talking to them about their options. Now, if you've watched this far, I beg you, please like and subscribe to my channel and leave me a comment. I don't even care to put on there, hey, Mark, try better next time. Or, hey, Mark, great job. Just leave me a comment. I love seeing the comments. They make me so happy. I'm serious about that. Most importantly, though, remember to always plead the fifth.